Welcome back, dear dreamers and faithful hearts, to this quiet place beneath the stars, where ancient stories are told softly, and God's faithfulness is traced across the pages of time. Tonight, we turn the page once more. Joshua's journey has ended. The land has been entered, and the people are home. But settling into promise brings new challenges, and remembering God requires careful hearts. This is a story of choices made and paths repeated, of falling and rising, forgetting and returning. It is a story meant not to frighten, but to teach, not to condemn, but to remind us of mercy that never grows tired. So settle in, breathe deeply, and listen with gentle attention. This is Judges, a story of cycles, mercy, and hope. After Joshua rested, the people of Israel spread across the land God had given them. They planted fields, built homes, and watched their children grow beneath open skies. For a while, there was peace. But as years passed, memories faded. The stories of miracles grew quiet. The people began to forget the Lord who had brought them there, and so began a pattern, a cycle that turned again and again. The people drifted away from God. Trouble followed. They cried out for help, and God, rich in mercy, answered. When the people turned back, God raised up judges, not kings crowned with gold, but ordinary men and women called for a moment. They were leaders, helpers, and rescuers. Through them, God brought hope. The first was Othniel. When enemies pressed in, God strengthened him, and peace returned to the land. Years passed. Then once more, the people forgot. Next came Ehud, unexpected and brave. Through courage and cleverness, God freed his people again. And once more, the land rested. But the cycle continued. Soon, a woman named Deborah arose, wise, fearless, and filled with God's Spirit. She sat beneath a palm tree, listening, judging fairly, and speaking truth. When battle came, Deborah called Barak and reminded him that victory belonged to the Lord. Together, they trusted God. The enemy fled, and the land had peace for many years. Still, the people struggled to remember. Then came Gideon, hiding, uncertain, and afraid. God found him not in strength, but in weakness. "The Lord is with you," God said. Gideon doubted. He asked for signs. God was patient. With a small army, made even smaller by God's design, Gideon marched. No swords raised, only trumpets, jars, and torches. At God's command, they shouted. The enemy panicked and fled. Once again, God showed that victory comes from Him alone. But peace never lasted forever. Years later came Samson, strong beyond measure, yet restless of heart. God had given him great strength, but Samson struggled to guard his choices. Again and again, his strength saved Israel, and again his weakness led him astray. In the end, humbled and repentant, Samson cried out to God one final time. God heard him, and even in his weakness, God's purpose was fulfilled. As the years passed, the cycle grew heavier. The people did what was right in their own eyes. Without a king, without guidance, confusion spread. Yet even then, God did not abandon them. Through every failure, His mercy waited. Through every cry, He listened. The book of Judges ends quietly, not with triumph, but with longing. A longing for a faithful leader, a longing for hearts that would remain true. And beneath it all, a whisper of hope that God was not finished. Rest now, dear hearts. These stories remind us that though people stumble, God remains steady. His mercy renews, His patience endures, and His love never lets go. And so, dear dreamers, we come to the close of this chapter. A story marked by cycles of forgetting and returning, of human weakness met by divine mercy. The voices of the judges fade into the night, but their lessons remain, echoing softly through time. Though the people wandered in their hearts, God never turned away. Again and again, He reached out, restoring, rescuing, and reminding them that His love was steadfast. Thank you, dear hearts, for sharing this quiet moment with me beneath the stars. As you rest tonight, may you remember, even when we falter, God's mercy is never exhausted. Join me next time as we turn the page to a tender and beautiful story, the book of Ruth, where faithfulness blooms in quiet fields, love is found in kindness, and God weaves hope through ordinary lives. Until then, may your dreams be peaceful, your heart be gentle, and your sleep be wrapped in the unfailing love of God. Good night, dear dreamers, and may grace guard your rest.